Many people, like many foreigners, come to Korea. They want to achieve the equivalent of the American dream. Like just like you said, you came here to work. But as someone that has been here and I've seen a lot here, what are the barriers that foreigners face in Korea if they want to achieve the equivalent of an American dream? To achieve success here, what are the
Korean dream?
Korean dream? Let me the Korean dream. Yeah. What are the barriers that foreigners face when they try to achieve the Korean dream?
I think there's multiple answers to that. And I think some of
Yes.
it depends a little bit like, I think it's a little bit different if a person is married to a Korean. I think
Okay.
that changes the things quite a
The
bit.
dynamics, yes.
Then the visa situation is a little bit less of an issue,
Yes.
and it's easier to find jobs, but then what kind of jobs are those jobs? I think as a foreigner here, I'm very lucky. Like, a lot of the international schools, the benefits packages are really nice. And the thing that's the most expensive in Korea is housing. And that's one of the benefits is that you get free accommodation. So it's like right there,
Yes.
my level of like spending is much higher because I don't have to worry about paying rent.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge benefit. And I think it really helps people achieve a sort of financial level that's maybe easier to get. Maybe the acceptance level, like we mentioned before, is a little harder. Again, but I think it's different when you're in a relationship with a Korean. I think it feels to me like the perception is different a little bit. You're a little less foreign, I guess, in a way. And it's a little more like, the expectation level on you is to understand the culture seems a little higher. But as far as like to get the dream, gosh, it really depends on what your dream is, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Housing here is
So,
really
like some of the barriers, like foreigners.
I think in
face.
general, the cost of an apartment is really difficult for anyone to overcome that barrier. That's tough for Koreans to overcome.
Yeah, it's similar for the Koreans as well.
Yeah.
Because they kind of complain about the housing. Like most people have given up on buying their own houses here.
Yeah.
Because
A lot of people have surrendered that idea.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not going to happen in my lifetime.
Yeah, sometimes I go around Seoul and I use this app, this Hogen Nono. Hogen Nono app to check the prices of buildings, prices of apartments. And I see some apartments $1 million, above $5 million, $2 million, $3 million. I keep thinking to myself, like, how can someone working in an office getting the basic salary, how can they afford houses of their own?
I can speak to my girlfriend's family as an example. Like her brother has just purchased a new place.
Wow.
But okay, he doesn't own it. The bank owns it. I mean, like realistically, the only reason why he was able to afford the place before is him and his wife work very hard. They have really good jobs, but still, the apartment expense is really high. And it was in Yangjae, which is not a cheap area. It's in the Costco. One of the Costco's is around there. I don't remember the exact amount of money that apartment was, but yeah, they had to take out a ridiculously large loan. Now, I think it was easier for them to get that loan because they were Korean. Like I feel like banks in Korea understand the housing situation. And so when Korean people can go and they have kind of cobbled together enough collateral, or they can be able to show like, no, between the two of us, we have enough money and we can afford to pay a mortgage that's going to be this much money. Like they do give those loans out. They do, okay, we'll loan you the money. Yeah. And I think that happens easier for Koreans than it does as a foreigner. I don't think there would be as much access to me. That's what I was saying. I guess it kind of depends. If you're married to a Korean, though, then it would be your Korean spouse who would be applying, and they'd say, well, it's a Korean person asking, and she's got a foreign husband, or he has a foreign wife. Okay, well, yeah, we can loan you the money. But I think if you're an actual like foreigner and you're tied to Korea, it's just your work visa, it's probably very difficult. Yeah.